Hello everybody, welcome to Tuesday Truths. We're in the middle of part 1 and part 2 of Kellie Carter-Bells this week. We're going to bring together the lessons from both parts though. Today we reflect on the resilience it takes to rise and after trauma, the importance of community and the healing that comes from sharing our stories. Kellie's experience is a beacon for anyone feeling lost or alone, reminding us all that hope, love and new beginnings are always within reach if needed. What's your truth? Share it with us. Tag #leading our own way on everything if you can. And let's keep building a movement of hope and healing. Anyway, here we go with Tuesday Truths. Enjoy. Just snippets, remember. But make sure you go back to part 1 if you need to. And if you've already listened, here's some snippets from part 2 too. We'll see you then. Cheers. So, you're getting a little bit older and you're living in these Carlton flats and people are coming and going and you've gone through some difficult times. How does a child, I mean, I know we've discussed it's normalised behaviour, you're accepting it, but when things are happening in the house and no one's around and you're going through those, those rapes are unthinkable, how do you realise it's wrong at the time? No?
No.
I'm just trying to get my head around that part. You're going to school, you're going to a safe place. I hopefully provide a safe place for the children at school. I know it's primary school. Was yours high school?
It happened so often, Andy, that I thought I deserved it. I had boys lining up.
Where are the staff at this point? Like, is everybody? I'm getting angry about that.
There's the duty of care.
Yeah, where are they all? Where is this taking place, though? I don't need you to go into depth if you don't. I don't mean, you know what I mean? I don't know how to handle it, if I'm being honest. Like, go where are these people who are supposed to be looking after the children? And I know the high school are a little bit more free than they are primary school. I don't necessarily have teachers on duty the same way, but there's still people monitoring areas, surely. What's going on here?
I just think they didn't care, Andy. Like, for instance, in my history and geography class, I was allowed to go to sleep on the desk because they knew them classes weren't going to get me anywhere, were they?
Or maybe they knew you didn't get sleep at night and they were trying to look out for you. But that's the angle I'm hoping,
Yeah, maybe. But, I thought North was down for a long time.
Yeah.
And where the school was in North Carlton, Carlton football ground was across the road. Huge parklands, an old train track, and that's where we'd go.
During the school hours?
Yes.
And you go back to school like nothing had happened?
Yes. But then when I had my first partner, I'd go to school with black eyes. Still nothing was done.
And where's your mum in all of this?
She was working, and there'd be some days we'd come home and the telly would be gone and the video recorder would be gone, and my sisters had stole them to sell them for drugs. So Mum was doing the best she knew how, the best she could, and she did a bloody good job. I will never blame her for my life.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there was one night when, in the middle of the night, that first partner, he was 17 when we first got together. I was 13, and he come to my house in the middle of the night. He would have been 18 by then. And I went downstairs to see him, and I come back up with a black eye. So I woke up with a black eye, but there was no questions asked.
Well, that's probably where my angle was. Why were questions not asked by anybody?
Yeah, Mum was sort of busy dealing with life.
Yeah, with her own stuff.
Yeah, drinking on the weekends to numb it. It makes me bloody angry now about the school, because where was the duty of care? Like, I really hope that I can get a claim out of this. I really do, because, like I said, I was pregnant twice. They called me in the office. They knew about it, but they just let me go, to fend for myself again.
And you mentioned you were bullied in all of for quite a number of years at school. Your sisters. Talk to us about your sisters, because you've mentioned you've lost 3 of them, but it's horrific as well within itself.
Yeah.
If you're okay and feel safe to do so.
Definitely. My sisters were dead by the ages of 28 28 and 32. And if I felt so worthless and useless, I can only imagine how they felt. Sissy marrying Dennis, for one.
The criminal.
Yep. Yep. Like I said, he murdered 13 people.
Did he kill himself in the jail?
No, he died, we say, of a broken heart, because he died 13 months after Sissy, but he had the tourniquet around his arm for 2 weeks and was hitting up speed at the time. Yeah, ended up in hospital and dying.
He loved her, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes.
There's some good there, I guess.
Yeah, there is. You know, I've got how many? They had 2 children, and that ripple effect's carried on, unfortunately.
How did she die then?
She hung herself in Pentridge.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. And 4 years later, my beautiful sister Tammy, she was a tortured soul as well. She tried to drown me once.
Did she?
Yeah. And she also put me in a dryer and turned it on, but it was about 8 years later, so she definitely wasn't trying to dry me out.
How? Oh, I mean, oh God, you put a joke in there. I just got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to be sensitive at the same time here, Kel, but you're the one cracking the
jokes.
Sorry,
I know. Yeah.
No, you do it. I like it if you want to do it. But so she tried to drown you. How old were you when it was not being a sister, just 2 kids messing about?
No. I think because I was the baby, and the apple of my mum's eye, because my mother idolised my father until the last breath she took. She loved that man so much, and we didn't see him. I didn't hear from him for 40 years. So we lived in Albany in WA, and thank goodness the house was just across the road, so people, my mum and my auntie, heard me screaming. I would have been about 9, I suppose.
And she was?
15.
And she's trying to kill her 9-year-old sister?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. How long were you under for?
It was up and down, and then I'm pretty sure someone run over, and because they could hear me, because she, I've heard a lot of stories, and I didn't know what happened to poor Tammy, and a lot of things happened to Tammy, so that's all I can put it down to. She was very cruel to me, very cruel.
So you guys weren't close in the end at all?
No, but she did come to me after she passed and said sorry. And
did she?
It was.
Because you have these senses, even like that dream.
Yeah.
I think it runs in the family, because your mum had one too, didn't she?
Yeah. That was with Sissy. Yeah.
And she said sorry.
Yes.
And you forgive her?
Tammy, yeah, I did. It was a beautiful moment.
Did she tell you how she died?
That was an overdose, and she had 2 children in 13 months. So, they lost their mum at 2 and 1. Yep, they're beautiful girls that didn't go down that path, thank goodness.
Good.
And so that was 4 years apart, and the next 4 years...
Kerry?
Kerry. She was out of jail for 11 hours and found dead at the Footscray train station car park. Kerry did rob the triads though, so we're not sure whether she just used too much or she had a hot shot.
Meaning she was killed by them?
Yeah.
Hot shot as in shot?
Hot shot as in a hit of heroin that you're not going to be able to cope with and you're going to die.
And
so
you think they might have given that to her, you mean?
We've heard stories, yeah. But, stories of, some people like to rah-rah, as I call it.
Yeah. And have you ever tried to pursue any, research into that or not?
No, not really. Not really.
Probably, I don't even know I wouldn't even know what to do in that scenario. I can't even imagine it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's insane. Again, all this is painting a picture of you're not loved by people that you're looking for love in all directions. Both sisters, family.
Yeah.
The one person who really loves you has left to protect you.
Them commercials can kill people. I remember when they were on once, and my last abuser come in, and it was on the television, and he said, "Don't get any fucking ideas, will you?" So, you know, I taught Centrelink. I was in a conference to never, ever, ever ask, "Why don't you just leave?" Yeah. It is the worst question in the world. But unfortunately, some people that ask that question have your best intentions at heart. And if I had a spare 3 days, Andy, I'd tell you why you can't just leave. What will be said by the time I leave this planet is, what can I do to help you get out safely? Now, if someone had said that to me 20 years ago, I would have thought to myself, what are you talking about safely? He bashes me because he loves me.
Yeah.
So that "why don't you leave," in my opinion, and a lot of opinion of people that I've spoken to, is if you ask me that, okay, you're off my list of people I can trust. You have just judged me. I feel like a piece of shit in the gutter, and you're asking me, why don't I just leave? Where am I going to go? You know, we have to run from the house. The perpetrator's not taken away, or he might be at the police station for 4 hours, and God help you if you ring the police, because that beating you get when they get back, that fucking hurts. That actually really hurts. Now, I suffered for 23 years, and it wasn't until my ex-husband tried to take my life that I rang the police. So, yeah, it's just a no-no, that question. Yeah, so I hope that helps.
I think it definitely does. And it aligns with another podcast episode I did with Catherine Pascoe. I don't know if you've come across Catherine. She was a former guest with mine, and her partner just went out a few weeks ago, actually, Sean, and Sean Faygold. His story is completely different, but she said the exact same thing. Never ask that question. Never say that, because you just feel like a complete piece of shit, even somebody just saying that you, because her friends would say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not easy, is it? You changed your life 17 months ago, give or take, probably more, 18 months ago now, since we did the pre-chat. But where were you at 18 months ago?
I was an alcoholic. Not a lot of people knew. My poor children knew, because I was a hermit in my bedroom. You know, I'd go and do my cleaning jobs and do what I had to do, but I had to have my beer at night. And a lot of people would say to me, "What do you mean you're an alcoholic and you don't drink till night?" Well, your body doesn't know what time it is, does it? I had to have them beers. And yes, it was just the other day, on the 9th, that was 18 months. I worked with a coach. Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable. Saved over $8,000. Probably spent it all on Versace, but that's my guilty pleasure.
That's okay.
I worked with a coach called Big Chocky, and I never thought I'd be able to do it in a million years. And yeah, there was just one night he said, "You got any beers in the house?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, you're not going to get any more." So I used to buy a slab of beer, the liquor land just around the corner, and I would only take 6 beers at a time. So I didn't drink any more than 6 beers. And at this stage, I still had a dozen beers at Liquorland, and I walked past for 3 months, and I did not go in and get them beers. And I went in one day, and they go, "Oh my God, the CEO of Carlton United Brewery's been looking for you." You know, he wasn't. It was just a joke.
No, of course.
But I was literally paying his mortgage. And I said to them, "I don't drink anymore." And they said, "But you've got a dozen beers here." And I said, "Yeah, I know, but I don't drink anymore." And he said, "Well, let's give you a refund." So, yeah, I've never looked back. And what's happened is, it was really, really tough at the start, because we'll get into, unfortunately, the sexual abuse. But that all come flooding back to me, and I couldn't eat, because when I was putting things in my mouth, it felt like a man was in my mouth. And if I wasn't working with a coach then, I would be sculling bottles of vodka by now, because I couldn't understand where's all this coming from. I've dealt with all this, but quite obviously the alcohol hides it all. And that's yeah. But I got over the not eating, which is great, but it took a long time.
What you just witnessed is only a snippet of our amazing conversation this week. This is what Leading Our Own Way is all about. Real stories, real transformation. If you're watching this before Wednesday, part 1 dropped yesterday and part 2 releases tomorrow. But if you're already here after Wednesday, all parts are available now. Head to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts and every other major platform and look for the numbers on the bottom left-hand corner of the episode's covers to start with part 1. Trust me, you don't want to miss this incredible journey.